Alrighty, first and foremost, thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it. I know that 1 p.m. on a Tuesday is not the best time to host a meeting, but unfortunately we have to do it during school hours, and so it's either now or like 7 a.m. So I chose for the later. After this, the maintenance guys come in, they just start ripping apart more of the school. So that's why we have to have it at 1 p.m. So I do appreciate you guys taking your time out of your day to be here. There's 35 students that will be going on the Leadership Camp Summit this year. So that means that your student leader was chosen out of roughly 300 students to attend this. So it's a pretty big compliment. And the way that we do this is I have the teachers go ahead and fill out a ballot. So they choose up to 5 students that they think kind of show some leadership qualities, or they think could be a good leader throughout the community, throughout the school, when they're out with their friends, etc. So the 35 students that were chosen are kind of in a very, very select group. They're in the 10% of the teacher's favorite kids, basically. So it's almost an honor to be selected to come to Leadership Camp, because not everyone gets to go. It's not one of those things where by 8th grade everyone will be going, because out of the grade year, so you're looking at about 90 students to 100 for each grade level, and maybe 30 of those students out of the 90 actually get to go to Leadership Camp throughout all 3 years. So it's a pretty select group. Inside your packet, you'll find the map, the address, a packing list, and goals and everything like that, and we'll go through that. First thing I want you to notice is that we will leave Monday, August 8th at 9:15 a.m. We're going to be taking a bus, so with saying that, if you guys are late, your only option is to drive your student leader up there. We have to leave by 9:15 just because when you see the sample schedule, we have about, 10, 15 activities a day, and they start right at 11. So we have to be out of here by 9:15. I will make some last-minute calls here and there. But if nobody picks up those last-minute calls, we'll be leaving without you. So please make sure you're here before 9:15. I will be here probably about 8. Okay, I'll probably get here roughly around 8. I'll probably leave my apartment at 7:30, and I'll probably get here around 8. So if you want to drop them off anywhere between 8:15 and 9, that'd be awesome. Usually parents drop their student leaders off early, and everyone just kind of hangs out front. So you'll be dropping your student leaders right out front the middle school doors there, and we'll kind of gather there, and then we'll start loading up on the bus. We will arrive back at between 3 and 4 o'clock on August 20th. We do have to take 290, and we all know how 290 could be at 3 o'clock. It could be good, or it could be a nightmare. So we'll probably have them call right when we get near the Strangler. We'll probably have them call around then. So about maybe 20 minutes left into our trip, we'll have everyone call and say, hey, we're on our way. We'll be there shortly. If your student leader doesn't have a cell phone, they can always use one of the other leaders that will be there. The leaders that will be going will be myself, Mark Petula. There will be Mr. Zanetti, which is our health teacher, Miss Williams, our 8th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Ray, our 6th grade special ed teacher, and Miss Lours, which is our social services worker. So there'll be a good mix of teachers that will be going with us, and we'll all have our cell phones. And if you'd like to jot down my cell phone number, I'll give it to you later if you'd like to have that as an emergency contact as well. Otherwise, if there's something that goes on, you could always call the school, and they got my number, or they got all the other teachers' numbers, and we'll be able to take care of that. Yes? Oh, sorry, the 10th. My fault. Whoops. Yeah. So please make a note of that. We're not going to be gone for 12 days. We'll be gone for 3. My apologies. A typo, and that's a pretty big typo. Thank you for pointing that out. I will make sure that I change all these other copies to say the 10th. Yeah, so it's August 8th to the 10th, not the 20th. That will be a very, very long time. Longer than I'd like to spend with your student leaders. No offense. Yeah. So yeah, if there is any other questions that come up throughout this presentation, please ask. Or if you have any questions later on, you could always email me or call the school, and I'll get in contact with you like that. If for whatever reason there's something that happens last minute, which I really understand, it happens all the time, please let me know or the school know immediately so we can go ahead and take your student leader off the list. They want like an official count by pretty much like the day before. So we'll have to pay for that student whether they go or not. So if there is something that happens, just please let us know right away. The next one is just a map of Covenant Harbor. So Covenant Harbor is in Lake Geneva. We're very close to downtown Lake Geneva. It's a very cool resort place. It's a Christian camp. They will have Christian type things around, but we do nothing that's anything related to religion or anything like that. Everything that we do has nothing to do with religion. But we will be at a Christian camp, but it's a very, very nice camp. We'll be staying this year at the Geneva Bay Center, which is one of their nicest places. So throughout their campus, there are like kind of like bunk beds, and there's little mini shelters and shacks all over the place, and then there's this hotel-style resort kind of thing, and that's what we got. So all the campers are going to be staying at these little shacks, and then we got the cool hotel-style resort. So you don't have to worry about blankets or pillows or sheets or towels. All of that will be provided. You will need to bring a beach towel, which we'll go over later, but all the essential toiletries will all be provided by Covenant Harbor at the Geneva Bay Center. So we have a pretty cool spot to be. Those are the directions here. That's the next slide, just in case you do need to come to pick up your student leader or something like that. Gives you all the directions. But let's go ahead and get into the packing list. So like I said, we'll be at the Geneva Bay Center, which is like their hotel-style housing. All that stuff is all provided. They will need your essential toiletries like a toothbrush and toothpaste, soap and shampoo. At night, it gets pretty dark up there. They do have lights lighting up the paths, but whenever you go off the path, if you'd like to bring a flashlight, that's fine. Doesn't matter if you do or not. There's usually enough students that bring a flashlight, but if you'd like to bring one yourself, you can go ahead and do so. If you want to bring sunglasses or a hat, we're going at the middle of August, so you know it's going to be hot. So if you want to bring something to shade yourself, we will be outside most of the time, so bring that. Sunscreen, if you want to bring that, that'd be good. Like I said, usually most students bring sunscreen, so if you forget that, just kind of borrow somebody else's. A water bottle, I recommend that just because we are going to be outside for the majority of the day. There will be times where we're going to be hitting up bathroom breaks, and there's water fountains there, and there's water throughout the whole entire place. But sometimes we'll be far away from drinking fountains, so if you want to bring a water bottle, that's fine. Just don't bring something fancy just in case you forget it at one of our locations, or if you lose it or something like that. If you just want to bring a disposable water bottle, that's fine. Just something to drink while you're doing some of the activities. Some small snacks, nothing messy, please, though. If you want to bring some chips or something like that, that'd be good. We do eat 3 times a day. We get breakfast, lunch, and dinner. But as middle schoolers, I know we get hungry at 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and so on. So if you want to bring some snacks, that's fine. Just nothing messy, because last year we had some, some chocolate stains all over the floors and stuff like that. So please keep it, something, light and just nothing messy. You're going to need 2 types of shoes, probably tennis shoes as well as sandals. So you need to have a closed-toe shoe to do any of the types of low ropes or high ropes or the climbing wall or anything like that. That's their rules. You need to have something that has closed toe on it. And then for the beach area, you probably want to bring some sandals, because I don't know about you, but I don't like walking on the sand with shoes, so sandals would probably be good. And then at nighttime, it does get a little chilly up there, so a sweatshirt, hoodie, a light jacket or something like that for nighttime would probably be good. I usually just bring one hoodie. I use it 2 or 3 days, and I'm good. Bug spray is probably a must. It is buggy up there. We will be almost inside the forest a little bit here and there. So make sure you bring some sort of bug spray. Once again, if you forget that, usually somebody has that. If you plan on going swimming, please bring a swimsuit, obviously. They do have a couple different parts of the swimming area. There's a deep end and a shallow end, so if you're not a strong swimmer, that's okay. You can just hang out in the shallow end. There's a slide, there's basketball, there's all sorts of stuff there. If you are a strong swimmer, you can go ahead and take the swim test. There are lifeguards everywhere. So if something happens during the swim test, they will gladly jump in and get you. If you're not too confident in your swimming, you could always wear a life vest. They have those as well. So if you know that you're not a good swimmer, go ahead and throw on a life vest if you want to be in the deep end. That's okay with them. For the past couple of years, we've been allowed to use their water trampoline, so if that's something you're interested in, you'll have to wear a life vest and you can hop on those. It's a pretty good time. I've been on them last year. It's fun. Next one is the beach towel, like I said before. We can't use the towels from the rooms, so please make sure you bring your own beach towel, otherwise you'll kind of get a little chilly when you get out of the water. A camera, if you want to bring something for pictures, that's fine. The next one is cell phones. So there will be times where we use cell phones and then times where we can't use cell phones because we want the students to be engaging with each other, engaging with the other leaders up there and the camp counselors and everything like that. So there will be times where we're going to say, you know, no cell phones, and those could be locked up in the room. And then there will be other times where we're going to have free time, or when you're eating, or when we're at downtime, and then you can go ahead and use your cell phone. Obviously, if there's an emergency, you know, they can use one of the leaders' cell phones. But there will be some times where they will not have their cell phones on them. But they could definitely bring them just to have them in the room, like I said, during free time and then at night. They're more than welcome to use their phones at night if they want to wind down by watching a YouTube video or something like that. I know I do it myself. I read or something like that. So if they want to bring their cell phone and have it with them, that's fine. That's up to you. The last thing on there is money for the lake hike. So we do walk to downtown Geneva. So if your student wants to bring about $10, no more or less, you don't want to bring a lot of money, but if they want to bring like $10 for a pop or ice cream or some sort of chocolate, we will walk to downtown Geneva. We visit the chocolate shop and the ice cream shop and all that. So there is some different food there if they'd like to buy something, or if they want to buy a small souvenir from downtown Geneva, that's fine too. But everything's usually under $10 for anything that these guys would want. Just a little bit about the Snake Road Adventure Center. So that is the outdoor area that we will be at, and that's where all the climbing walls are and the rope ladders and everything like that. They kind of explain to you some different things that you need to be prepared for. So we're in the summer, so that's why they're recommended to bring clothes, shoes, swimsuit towel, sunscreen, bug spray, etc. But that's all on your original list. There's a couple camp rules here. Most of them don't really apply to us, but we got to make sure that our students respect the campgrounds and camp property. So we have to make sure that we're on the trails all the time, and we'll remind them that when we get there. There's a big hill there. So there's this giant hill. It's great to run up, but it's very, very dangerous to run down. So we'll remind them again once we get there, but we got to make sure that we walk down the hill, and if you want to run up it, that's fine. But it's a very dangerous hill because it's kind of steep. Let's see, what other things are there that we need to know? That's about it for that one. So some different things that we're going to be doing at Leadership Camp, and I just want to sum up a couple of these. I want to read them to you. So we're going to figure out what type of leader you are. We're going to figure out your leadership style. We're going to figure out some skills that you are very good at compared to everyone else. You're going to find out if you're one of the silent leaders or a boisterous leader. There's going to be some times where you're going to be challenged, whether it's by us or by the camp counselors. So you're going to be challenged both physically and mentally. Some things are mental challenges and some are physical. So we're going to be at the low ropes, and there might be a task that says to get from here to there, and here's your supplies. You're going to have to figure out with your other classmates how to do that. So there's going to be a lot of different tasks that you're going to have to, and tasks and challenges that you're going to have to try and solve and accomplish together as a team. See, we're going to be trying to apply everything that we learn at this leadership camp while, well, let me put this differently. We're going to apply these skills that we learn at leadership camp throughout the school year. We want some of these skills that we learn at leadership camp to be done at school. We want to see everyone that's at this camp, all 35 of them, to show these leadership skills throughout the 2016-2017 school year. That's our goal. We want to see every one of us come and step up as leaders throughout the school, because that's what we need. We need positive leaders here. So that's what we're going to be really stressing about. And we're also going to talk about how you could be a leader outside of school, whether it's in the community, church, etc. So here's some rules that we have. So in the Geneva Bay Center, there are, I think we're getting, I don't know, 10 rooms or something like that. We're going to let the students pick the rooms. Obviously, guys with guys, girls with girls. They're going to be able to choose their roommates. There's 4 to a bunk, or 4 to a room. So they're going to be able to choose their roommates. The first rule is lights on and quiet by 11 p.m. We have that rule because we usually get up by 6:30 or 7, so you have to be ready to go and you have to have enough energy to go for the whole next day. So we do walk around just to make sure that we hear no noises or anything like that after 11 o'clock, just so we know that everyone's sleeping and we have enough energy for the next day. We have time for all the activities, especially meals, so everyone's going to receive a schedule, and we got to make sure that we follow that schedule. We're not going off task or anything like that. The next one is medication. If your student needs some sort of medication, whether it's allergy medicine or something like that, please make sure you put it in a plastic bag with their name on it, and then maybe inside the bag, if you could go ahead and tell me when the dosages are or something like that, just so I have that. I want to keep all that handy with me. If it's an inhaler, if they want to hold on to that, that's fine if they're responsible with it. Otherwise, they can always hand over the inhaler to me. I'll be with them throughout the whole time as well, so if they need that, they can use it. Let's see. Cooperation is expected, so we got to make sure that we are on our best behavior. I've never had a problem yet. I've been going for 5 years now. But if somebody does have some sort of serious rule-breaking offense, we will have to call you, and you will have to pick up your student immediately. Okay, but like I said, in the 5 years I've been going, I've had 0 problems like this. Usually everyone's awesome, so I don't expect to have that problem. But if there is something that comes up, you're going to have to be required to pick up your student leader. Like I said, everyone's going to get their 4-person suite. They'll be responsible for keeping that suite clean. Like I talked about the chocolate incident last year, we got to make sure that we keep very clean in there. Everyone's going to be responsible for cleaning their bunk at the end of the leadership camp session. So on Wednesday afternoon, we're going to check and make sure that your bunk is clean, and we can't leave until everyone's bunks are clean. So we have to make sure that we get all the chips off the ground, all the sheets are up off the ground, there's nothing left behind or anything like that. Everyone will be receiving a lock and key for the room. So there's 1 lock and key for each room. So 1 out of the 4 people in the suite will be responsible for the key. I have a master key just in case something was to happen. But they're going to stay locked while we're not in there. So anytime that they're not going to be in their room, they can lock up all their personal belongings, and there will be nobody that's allowed in those, not even housekeepers or anything like that. So those rooms are specifically designed for us, so there will be no one else in those rooms but our student leaders. So anything that they leave behind in there should be there when they come back. And then once again with the cell phone rule, they can be used during free time or right before lights out. So here's kind of what a sample day looks like. So we'll be eating breakfast. Then we would go to an activity like the low ropes. Then we'll probably go to the swimming area. Then we'll have some lunch. Then we'll have a leadership session. Then we'll do a lake hike. Then we'll hang out at the waterfront. We'll have some free time. Then we'll have dinner. We might have swimming again. Then another leadership camp session. And then every night we end with the campfire. There will be one night where we end the campfire with some s'mores, so that's some good stuff. But every night we kind of wind down with the campfire. We kind of talk about what we've learned and everything like that. So like I said, it's a very packed schedule. We have a lot of stuff that we need to get done. So it's a lot of work, but it's also a good time. This is one of the events that I really enjoy a lot. It's probably my favorite event that I do at Forest Park. I've been doing it for 5 years, and I enjoy every single time. It's something that makes me want to go back every year, so it's a lot of fun, and everyone has a good time. And that's it for the packet.
So can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So there are going to be 4 kids in each room. What's the proximity of the nearest adult?
Oh, yeah.
There's some.
Mm-hmm. So there are 5 adults going. There actually might be a 6th chaperone because we might have a student father or a father of a student might be coming too. But the way we do it is we make sure that there's pretty much the adults are kind of in the middle, and then there's 2 rooms on each side of the adults. So if there's 5 rooms across, there'll be 2 rooms of students, adult, 2 rooms of students. And like I said, we usually make sure that we obviously check at night to make sure everyone's, winded down, and then everyone will know which room we're in. So if they need to get us, they can always knock on our door, and we'll be happy to help them or assist them. Do we have any other questions? Hopefully I covered everything. Yes?
Is there a refrigerator in the room?
There is no refrigerator, no. There's no refrigerator. The rooms just come with your, there's 4 beds, and then you got your bathroom with towels and everything like that, but everything else is just your standard room. There's no refrigerators, though. Alrighty. Well, I thank you very much for taking your time out of your day to come to this meeting. I really, really do appreciate it. I will upload this to YouTube. So if you need to go back and check something out, you will have this as a link. And I will send that to all the emails that are on file at Forest Park. So if you have any other questions, though, please email me. My email is on the very front of the packet, mpatula@forestparkschools.org. And I will be happy to answer any other questions. And like I said, if someone wants my personal cell phone, I'm more than happy to give it to them. I just don't put it on that sheet just because I don't want 35 sheets of paper with my cell phone on it. But if you'd like it, I'm more than happy to give you my phone number. All righty. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yep.
My son went last year, but his dad came. Contreras, does he? And him, they were.
Oh, was it for the 5th grade one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
at Grant Lane.
Yeah.
But he's going this year, and dad can't go, so
Yeah.
we were freaking freaked out.
They'll do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for the 5th grade one, they allow parents. This one, we want to kind of keep
I
it.
tried to go, they wouldn't let me.
Yeah.
So, but he's been, he's excited to go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
I don't. I know the last name because he was picked, but I don't really.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
I'm just
So,
a helicopter
yep.
of a mom, but
You're
I'm
all
good.
right.
All right,
I
let's
appreciate
go.
it. 708-567-7302.
Thank you so much,
Yep.
sweetheart, and I'll see you.
Yeah. Hello.
What grades are the kids in?
It'll be our incoming 6th graders, 7th and 8th graders.
So it is a grade.
Seven's one name.
Yeah.
The ones that are in 7.
Yeah.
The one that- Oh, okay.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for coming. Phone number? All right. 708-567-7302. All right. Thank you guys for coming. I appreciate it.